Hi, class. Today we're going to be talking about order of operations, which we're going to use an acronym called BEDMAS. So, BEDMAS stands for brackets, exponents, division or multiplication, addition or subtraction. And we are going to solve arithmetic operations in order based off of what we see here. So whenever you see an arithmetic operation with brackets, you want to solve what's inside the brackets first. And then you apply the same rules of BEDMAS inside the brackets. And then you look for the exponents if you see some. In grade 7, 8, you aren't going to see exponents too often, but you'll see them a lot more in grade 9. Now, for division and multiplication, you're going to solve for division or multiplication, depending on which one comes first from left to right after you've solved all brackets and exponents. And then the last bit would be addition or subtraction. Those would be the last things you solve for is addition or subtraction from left to right, depending on which one comes first, after you solved all of the above. So let's go over an example to see if we truly understand it. So here I have 7 plus 4 times 3 divided by 6. So using the rules of BEDMAS, do we see any brackets? Nope, we don't see any brackets, so I don't have to calculate anything for that. Do we see any exponents? No, I don't see any of that. Do we see division or multiplication? Yes, we do. So I see 4 times 3 and 3 divided by 6. Now, because BEDMAS usually is written top to bottom, most students think that after you check for brackets and exponents, you want to do division first. But again, that's not true. Remember what I told you from the previous page. It doesn't matter if it's division or multiplication. They have the same order. You do the one that's from the left to right hand side first. So from the left to right hand side, I see 4 times 3 first. So that's the first one I want to do. So in this case, 4 times 3 is 12. So now I have 7 plus 12 divided by 6. Now I look again. Do we have any division or multiplication left? Yes, we do. We now have 12 divided by 6. So now we complete that. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So now I have 7 plus 2. And then I just simply solve my last operation. So 7 plus 2 is going to be 9. And that's my final answer. If you want to check on a calculator, I would just type everything in at once. And usually the calculator is smart enough to give you the exact answer of 9. Okay, now here's another one. So again, we want to follow the rules of operations, right? Order of operations, BEDMAS. So in this case, let's check for any brackets. Do we have any brackets? Well, yes, we do. So once we have brackets, we want to look at the operations inside of the brackets and apply BEDMAS to those in the brackets again. Now, are there any brackets inside of the brackets? Nope. There aren't. Are there any exponents inside of the brackets? Nope. Is there any division or multiplication? Yes, there is. So we want to solve that first. So now you have 2 times 5, which is 10. So I'm going to end up having in brackets 20 minus 10 divided by 5 times 2. Now we still have to go order of operations, so we solve what's inside the bracket first. So now the last thing we have to solve is what's inside the bracket, 20 minus 10, which in this case is just going to be 10. Now that I solve what's in the brackets, I technically don't need the brackets anymore, and I can simply just write this as 10 divided by 5 times 2. Now, according to order of operations, it doesn't matter if it's division or multiplication first. They have the same priority. We just go left to right. So because division happens first from left to right, we solve that first. What is 10 divided by 5? The answer is going to be 2. So I'm going to write 2 times 2. And now that's the final operation I have is 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is going to be 4. So 4 will be my final answer. And again, if you type all of this verbiage into your calculator, you should also get the answer of 4. Okay, now let's move on to a different question. For this expression, do I have brackets? Let's start with that. The answer is yes, I have brackets here. Inside the brackets, I have 5 minus 2, so I simply compute that. And 5 minus 2 should simply be 3. I make sure I put the squared here because I'm squaring it here. Then I multiply it by 2, and now I have this new expression, 20 minus 3 squared times 2. Then I move on to the next step, which are exponents. Do I have any exponents in this new expression? And the answer should be yes. I have 3 squared here. Now, if you recall correctly, 3 squared is simply 3 times 3. So in this case, what's 3 times 3? Should be 9. So I should have 20 minus 9 times 2. Now, I simply move on to the next one, which is division and multiplication. So do I have division or multiplication? The answer is yes. I have a multiplication here, so I simply compute that. Now, once I compute that, I basically have 20 minus, now what's 9 times 2? 18. So 20 minus 18. Now I simply solve this. What's 20 minus 18? 2. So my final answer is 2. Now let's do another example here. We have an expression saying 4 plus the square root of 100 divided by 5. Now, first things first, let's find out, do we have any brackets? No. Do we have any exponents? Yes, we do. So now, if you guys didn't know, a square root is considered an exponent. So a square root, let's say of x, it actually equals to x to the power of a half. Basically, just to give you a heads up, you'll know when we move on to our exponents units in grade 9. But essentially, the square root of 100 is 100 to the power of a half. So as long as you know there are exponents there, that's fine. It means we have to solve it right after brackets. So in this case, let's solve this. What is the square root of 100? So for this one, think about this. What are two numbers that can multiply by itself to get to 100? And the answer should be 10, right? Because 10 times 10 is 100. So we're going to have 4 plus 10 divided by 5. Now in this case, do we have any division and multiplication? Yes, we do, right here. So we solve that first. So we're not going to do 4 plus 10. We're simply going to do 10 divided by 5 first because we're going in order of operations. So in this case, 10 divided by 5 is going to be 2. So I got 4 plus 2. Now 4 plus 2 is simply going to be 6. So 6 is my final answer.